Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining.
Thank you for the share, Mak Zainal. Good morning, guys. Pagi-pagi buta main Dota.
Who calls the Crystal Maiden? Forward.
Prepare for battle.
To battle. It's in the bag. Let's go. Yes. Agreed. I move.
Thirty seconds to battle.
Swiftly. Into the breach.
The battle begins.
Under attack. I thought as much. On. Here I come. Faster. Indeed. To battle. Faster. Here I come. Agreed.
Susah tak lawan 23 Savage. Bila pula lawan dengan dia?
Into the breach.
Tak pernah lagi lawan dengan dia. Tak power.
I'll not argue. Down you go.
Alright. Dia tak ada first kill.
On.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Here's ice in your eye. Swiftly.
First blood. What is this?
I'm
I
dead.
came here to be tested.
Support je. Carry aku dia pasif lah. Aku paling tak suka macam aku dah lah jenis yang suka pergi.
Let's go.
Tak apa,
Under attack.
nak main farm lah.
I move.
Tak tahu kalau ada baling.
I thought as much.
Dah nak mati lah tengok ni.
I'll freeze you fast.
Okay, aku garang sangat ni.
Swift as the wolves of
Kenapa
Iceland.
dia balik immortal?
A firm denial. Indeed.
Yang sikit tu boleh bunuh.
Ice, take you.
Alah, baling lah benda tu.
Agreed. Attack. My eyes. I
省
thought
一
as
个这把
much.
就赢了呀！
Into the breach. Burns, doesn't it? Here I come.
Dia mute aku. Aduh, kena ping bola yang dia dah mute aku macam mana. Thank you for like and share. Rank Divine Immortal.
This'll come. I move.
Or are you just warming up?
Kalau dia baling first kill, aku first kill. Game ni tak ada susah mana.
Swift as the wolves of Iceland.
Wadak. So dia nak mute aku. Dia macam tak nak mengaku salah dia. Dia yang tak dapat bunuh tadi.
Die. Cold cash. Let's go. Yes. Faster. To battle. I'll not argue.
Baling je lah first kill tu.
Swiftly. Fangs of ice. I won't give them the satisfaction.
Why you cannot
My
use?
eyes bites deep. Forward. I'll not argue. I move.
Thunderous of mortals.
Okay. Malah aku jaga dia. Baik aku pergi top lah. Jadi mati juga ni.
Into the breach.
Biarlah dia.
Forward.
Apa lagi kau nak bunuh?
Yes.
Don't believe it.
Battle.
Thunderstruck.
Bapak ramai.
这波不亏，666。
Tenturan. Deng.
Let's
Baik-baik
go.
lu.
我的吧，我的吧，我才100个，这把就赢了呀！
Down you go. I'll freeze you fast. Ooh. The ice will bite. To the frozen waste with you.
Nampak baik aku pergi tempat lain. Dapat juga bunuh. Ini stay bottom dengan budak noob ni.
I thought as much.
Denied.
Here I come.
Oh mau dia camp.
Faster. This one.
Bukan KS. Second skill aku ni punya damage.
Swiftly.
Kalau KS aku guna first skill lah.
Yes.
Dapat item ni.
Attack.
Double kill.
Indeed.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Let's go. On.
Mulalah.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I know.
我的吧，我的吧，我才100个，这把就赢了呀！我的吧，我的吧，我才100个，这把就赢了呀！
Oh, makan. Reno series mode nama dia.
Dire structures are fortified.
Sentimental.
Faster.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Swiftly. Here I come. Into the breach.
Sakit lah.
Ice, take you. This'll come in handy.
Bounty.
Pakai raindrop tolak ulti Zeus magic ke? Ha. Dia raindrop kan dia block. Hantar balik rumah lu.
Your bottom
Agreed.
tower is
Reported.
under attack.
To battle. I'll not argue.
Ingat aku nak bagi.
I move.
Dia kata aku cry baby. Dan dia nangis, aku pula kena.
Here's ice in your eye. I'll not argue. Let's go.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I thought as much.
Your
As I
bottom
go.
tower.
Under attack.
Your
Into
bottom
breach.
tower has fallen.
Not so fast.
Mati dok. Bapak ramai. Dia ni bukan mid player ke budak ni?
Radiant structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
Boleh run drop lah. Lama sangat yang kat top
Tower
ni.
is under attack. The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Battle. Agreed.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Indeed.
Your bottom tower is
Swiftly.
under attack.
Badut kat sini.
Yes.
Mana dah aku start gam. Oh,
Here I come.
PA beli sentry Wajah.
Faster. Forward.
Farm ni lah.
Down you go.
Midah slow.
Die. It's not time yet.
Nak bunuh susah. Dia down breaker. Dia boleh heal nyawa team.
Indeed.
Tak nak kena bunuh dia dulu.
To battle. Swiftly.
Macam tu lah. Kalau nak main ni.
I'll not argue.
Mati aku ni. Jauh lu. Jauh lu.
Into the breach. Faster.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I move.
Alah.
Here I come.
Mati ni.
Let's go.
Dia ni mati ni. Shadow Blade je.
I thought as
Serius
much.
lah Shadow Blade. Dah berapa bulan tak main aku main pas team main CM. Oh berkuhuk Baik macam Franco dengan Aurora. Mobile Legend.
Attack.
Kena main. Dia tak boleh tak main. Lama tak main nanti skill hilang.
Let's go. Agreed. Indeed. On.
Budak ni tak ada item.
My eyes spice.
Instead of life.
Sakit.
But in the end,
Mati
I was
ni.
still made to hit things.
Tak ada TP. Cantik. Tak apa lah, budak ni pun dah ada diffuser tu. Nak macam mana? Tak ada PC kat rumah, main CC tak boleh selalu. Dulu pun aku main CC juga. Tak apa, so slow lah.
Forward.
Kalau ada. Tak ada, tak main lah. Dulu pun ketagihan
I
main
thought as much.
sebab tak ada PC.
I'll not argue. To battle.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Faster.
Sibuk.
I'll freeze you fast. Here I come. Into the breach. Yes.
Budak ni Battle Fury tak siap lagi.
I move. Around. Into the breach.
Aduh, comel.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Comel.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Apa lapak aku ni buat ni?
Your middle tower is under attack.
Rubik ni semua ulti orang dia dapat. Dia dapat Ravage, dia dapat kau yang dapat aku
Your
punya
middle
ulti.
tower is under attack.
Here I come.
Yang pandai main.
To battle. I move. Fangs of ice.
Itu Raja Noir tapi dia tak ada item.
Nice. Forward.
PL aku pula mati.
Yes.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Ice. Take you.
What the?
I'll not argue. Fangs of ice. That's nice. Ice. Take you.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Swiftly.
Asal kau tak main carry ke mid? Beban nak kumpul roll queue.
Die.
Allah. Mati bengok. Aduh weh. Mati macam tu je aku. Bapak slow je tak skill je. Aku bosan kalau main macam ni.
Let the world end now. It matters not to
Sila tak kita main carry. Carry pula. Tak kita main mid ni.
My temperatures drop. Let's go.
Mana nak main ni?
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
I thought as much.
Your top tower is under attack.
Tapi late game kita orang kuat ni. Sebab PL. Cuma kena bunuh Dawnbreaker ni.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower has fallen.
Zeus pun counter.
Down you
Melainkan
go.
PL ni tangkap dulu.
I feel colder already. Indeed. I'll not argue. Here I come.
Aduh, immortal. Dia tu nampak dah ada wise tu kan tadi. Touch ni. Help. Awak kantai pula. Okay, hidup. PA enemy tu, PA tu tak power pun. 18 minit. Beda free.
Faster.
Yang problemnya aku punya ni. Meet aku dengan
Forward.
kiri aku.
Let's go. On.
Tak ada awak lah. Oh, awak dia kat sini.
Yes. Drop it. Agreed. I thought as much.
Apa ni?
Swiftly. I move.
Lari, dikejar.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Mana? Space. Dapat kata
Here's
umi.
ice in your eye.
Ramai tu. Dia kalau seorang kena. Tu, semua datang.
My eyes fight deep.
Belum guna reverse lagi.
Yes, fight.
Tak ada dia pusing ni. Mak kau. Alah.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Thing.
Ada uat lah sini. Mana-mana pun ada sentence. Ish. Bosan pula main post fight ni. Nasib aku kumpul Rocky ni.
Swiftly.
Because it is
Agreed.
fun. Why not?
Into the breach.
What have we here?
I'll not argue. I thought as much. Here I come.
Aduh. Aku pun tak faham lah revenge dengan coil tu. Tak ada orang pun mati. Lobik yang mati. Even guna revenge. I was so bad this team. Immortal boss main
Is
macam ni.
under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
Once burned, ice
Jadi
shot.
carry CM je lah. Kau tak tanya main support. Uish, ini sedih ni kau tak layak main support ni. Layak ni, kena latih lagi.
Faster.
Semua orang boleh main. Tapi kita kena practice.
I move. Swift as the wolves of Isra. Yes,
Sekejap lah.
To battle. Forward.
Main carry je. Carry pun aku tak power.
Let's go.
Aku boleh main support apa? Support 4 ni ataupun
I'll
mid
not argue.
ataupun offlane. Offlane pun tak adalah kuat mana.
Into the breach.
Macam mana ni?
Here I come.
Lepas tu balik.
Agreed. Drop it. Under attack.
Ush.
Swiftly. Let's go. Forward.
Asal dia nak beli harga ni?
Yes.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
On.
Asal dia nak beli harga ni?
Faster.
Asal dia tak beli Yul ke Foster ke? Yelah.
I thought as much.
Regeneration.
Oh, dia dari Yul lah. Dia
Attack.
dengar lah cakap aku. Ha. Kan aku yang tak nampak.
Nice.
Sorry lah, baru bangun.
My eyes spike deep. To battle.
20 akin aura
Indeed.
mana bekas. Oh, tambah kat diri aku
I move.
Tak apalah.
Faster.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Yes. Down.
Your bottom tower is under
Dia buka BKB lu.
Your bottom tower has fallen.
Gila. Heavy boss. Tidur lu. Gulat. Okay. Thank you for the like and share. Ausfear. Kat BKB baik. Nak bunuh aku. Aduh. Meran. Jom abati Meran. Aku bosan ni seorang. Si Hajim pula tidur. Aduh.
Dire's structures are fortified. The enemy's top tower has fallen.
You only live. On.
Invisibility.
Into the breach. Here I come.
Mati lu.
Let's go.
Oh, no wonder. Oh shit.
I'll not argue. Agreed.
Patutlah noob.
I thought
Yeah,
so.
take me.
This'll come in handy. Swiftly.
Aduh, mati aku ni. Mati aku ni.
Your Shan has fallen to the ground.
Aku dah agak lah. Macam lari daripada hantu. Boleh dapat curi ya.
Now a bright one.
NU tricky digit. Nah, makan tip lagi. Koyak lagi. Aduh, udah deh. Daripada Iceland. Udah.
It just keeps getting better. To battle. Forward.
Wala acon. Boleh masuk sebuah Asia ni. Sudah fish.
I got it.
Dia sama ada dia pakai VPN atau dia memang fine dekat sini.
Agreed.
Jarang Russian main dekat sini. Tak pun dia duduk dekat
Your
Asia
middle tower is under
macam tu lah.
attack.
Aduh, kelakar
Your
hati ni.
middle tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack.
Gimana nak main ni?
Towers are fortified.
Tak nak aku main lah.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle barracks are under attack.
Mati macam tu.
Your middle tower is under
Nyama tu sekali orang bani.
has fallen.
Aduh, pagi-pagi dah macam ni.
I didn't see that coming. I'll freeze you
Sebenarnya
fast.
boleh je menang ni. Tapi dia ni apa?
To battle.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Budak ni kan ada BKB.
Out of the bay.
Aduh,
Tower is under attack.
macam baik. Hei, Ravish pakai guna.
Was
Your
most
Patut
bottom
support
tower is
kotor.
under attack.
Aku tak reti lah Kotor 5.
Very cool of you.
Kalau Kotor 4 sedap lah. Kalau 5 tak tahu lah. Nanti aku tembak creep dekat lane ni, confirm kena maki. Kita kan nak harass enemy, tapi enemy duduk dekat creep. So kena dekat creep nanti. Tak reti aku main support eh.
Ice never dies.
Main mid je lah.
Into the breach. Yes. I move. Forward. I'll not argue.
Sebenarnya pak ni pun bukan kita main pun. Tapi dia acah-acah je.
I move.
Dia tak nak tunjuk salah dia, dia blame orang lain.
Agreed. The ice wolves fight.
Yeah, siap usah. Come back.
This'll come in handy. Here's ice in your eye.
Ocean. Kau PL lagi. Back to your.
Fangs of ice. Force down.
Emang dia tak kita main. Tapi dia blame aku. Main boncet terhina lah. Boncet tu apa?
Into the breach.
Your top tower is under attack.
Faster.
Your top tower has fallen.
Yes.
Di mana? Nyuruh ya.
I'll not argue.
Pas eh?
Top
Okay,
tower
okay.
is under attack.
Kalau dapat Pas selalunya kena ban.
Swiftly.
Your top
Alamak,
tower
kantoi.
is under attack. Your top tower has fallen. Your top barracks are under attack. Your top barracks has fallen. Your bottom barracks are under attack. Your top barracks has
Salah
fallen.
server pula ni.
Your bottom barracks has fallen.
Budak Russian.
Hype
weh.
not as much.
Ada boleh lah. Tak boleh main ni. Ya, 11-0 ni. PA ni 18 minit dia.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Let's go.
Lari. Aku ingat aku ada ni. Shit.
Here I come.
Jauh lah. Aduh. Main lagi buat apa?
Your middle tower is
Tak
under
nak kalah lah pun nak main. Aduh. Midas to the loose.
Forward.
我的吧，我的吧，我才100个，这把就赢了呀！
Your middle tower has fallen.
Swift as the wolves
Your
of ice
middle
rock.
tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen. Your ancient is
Swift
under
as the
attack.
wolves of ice rock.
Go next, go next.
Victory.
Nak report dah. Feeding. Mute dia. Okay, bagi aku main 3 ni. Berapa rugi aku? 13. Nope. Ni pun tight ni, tak boleh harap. Aduh. Memang sekarang ini dia lepas. Kalau masa apa buat kan ni. Oh, dia nak combo dengan Ravy Shot. Tulis je sebab dia comeback. Tak, PA ni tak ada item awal-awal ni. 20 minit dia tak ada Battle Fury. Dia ni fair, dia ni ada dia fossil. J sepatutnya level 16 kot. Beza 3k net worth. Dia ni kan sepatutnya ada dia fossil ni, dia pergi gaduh. Tapi dia tak nak gaduh. Aziz pun dah siap EB 20 minit. Laju ke Aziz ni. Aku dapat mid.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining.
Ni budak tadi ni. Asyik main tak ni. Dia main apa tadi? Dia main dalam mereka. Sebaik boleh lah dia power. Dia power. Orang emo ni rank rose ke klasik. Kalau orang emo ni
10
yang
seconds remaining.
lebih daripada 2k lah bagi aku. Bawah 2k
5
MMI,
seconds
2k digit, baru kau main rank klasik. Sebab klasik tu dia untuk yang boleh, semua orang boleh main semua role.
10 seconds
Yang boleh
remaining.
adjust. Tapi ada je orang yang akan gaduh kat mana-mana pun sama je.
5 seconds remaining.
Dia tak ada senang, dia sama je semua. Benda dah lepas jangan diungkit. Alah, pick lah
Your
dulu.
turn to pick.
Aduh, ni tadi.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Aku nak main quest lah. Aku nak main Sunstrike. Sebab ada block seeker. Sunstrike lah kot. Kalah lu 7-7.
Tis tedious. It falls to me to inform you that
It's in
this
the
one
bag.
is in the bag.
Prepare for battle.
Concentration. Such tedium. Avowedly. I am committed. As needs be.
Tu ingat nak main QW juga. Tengah fikir. Sebab ada Shaman, ada block seeker.
Thirty seconds to battle.
Well away.
Boleh tak main QW lah.
Fine.
Switch split.
I'll keep it in mind. So it is said. So begins a new age of knowledge. This bores me. I proceed.
Alamak, yes mute.
with speed.
Patut aku main Zod. Okay, tapi okay kat kot.
Who threatens my concentration? Hearken unto me. Mindful. Forthwith.
Alah, tak dapat.
Of course. Away. Knowledge is power. Over yon. Thus and so. No. Athwart my path. Fight me.
Dinosaur tu nerf ke sekarang, ramai tak main dah. Dia kuat je sebenarnya, tapi yang mana reti main lah baru dia main. Sebab hero tu senang kena cancel sikit. Ush. Mahal budak.
An honor to fight me. Unto battle. Behold. Yes. I'm well aware of it. First blood. Arms light my
First
path.
blood. I've been wanting to say that since this all began.
Well away. Of all the forbidden felicitous, nigh unto death.
Wih, teruk ke ah.
And cosmos works against me. I'll keep it in mind. Such tedium. I'm well aware. 'Tis tedious.
Guna silent untuk farm.
Avowedly.
Boleh macam ni.
I'll not be interrupted.
Ni ialah the wish blade ni.
MP. Ill luck upon you.
Oh,
I roar from deep within. This magic disappoints. Orbs light my path. A spell I will remember. You dare fight me? Attack. Mindfully.
wih,
On from the great mystery. Five. Ill luck upon what from the arcane. Did I miscast? With This spell works no wise. It once. Incantation no. Favorites.
Boleh lah, asalkan dapat satu charge.
Stands ready.
Dire's courier has been killed.
As needs be.
Dia TP mid.
I will not be interrupted. I'm under attack.
Dia tak ada di sebelah.
Wax, set in stone. Nice and slow.
Aku tak ada bayar, aku tak ada TP. Ish, ramai ke. Mana Pukna pun TP kat Apa yang dia buat
The learned one strikes. Of course. This bores me. Unto battle. Yes.
I deserve this.
Forthwith. Unto battle.
Your top tower is under attack.
Bliss of comprehension. 'Tis tedious.
Your top tower is under attack.
Alah, tak pula.
Dire's
Well
structures
away.
are fortified. Your top tower is under attack.
Avowedly.
Your top tower
An
has
honor
fallen.
to fight me. So it is said.
Ya, dah nak kena tengok skill level 6 order. Ih, susahnya game aku ni. Aduh, hai datang lagi Sky pula. Bila aku nak ada support ni? So bad this game.
Thither I go. True arcanery thrives. Hearken unto me. This fight me. Denied.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Incantation of incinerate. Rich tradition.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I proceed.
Restore her to the nest of thorns.
Such spherical
Your middle
sorcery.
tower is under attack.
You dare fight me? And so. Not yet. Incantation. Yes. Charming.
Oh
Your
fuck
top
no.
tower is under attack.
I'm well aware. Mercury abounds. Mindfully. Oh, give it not a second thought. I am committed. Knowledge is power. You are no match for one of my favorites. I'm under attack. Away and am I
Structures are fortified.
my totality equal. My blood runs quick. Attack. A spell I well remember. For the twin.
Bapak adalah ping kat sini dah pergi tempat lain. Panasnya aku main game ni.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Ping mid lepas tu pergi bottom. Anjir.
Your middle tower
Sabar
is
lah.
under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Apa ni dia tak puas hati sangat ni? Bodoh ni.
Your middle tower is under attack. The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
Of course. True arcanery. It's tedious.
Your middle tower has fallen. Dire structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
Already dim and damp. Your mind snuffs out. You should be more fully aware of me. Drawn from deep within. From the grains of mystery. Whither I go. Whence Sacrobus? Avowedly, one of my favorites. Concentration.
Oh, what a bitch.
No necromancer shall raise what the venomancer will stop.
One strike. Forge spirit. Threatens my
เฮ้ยเก่าปลาเองความในมันคุณ
concentration of power.
What the fuck
From deep within, well aware.
apa yang ramai saya
His most cunning fabrications. Wexort. From the great mystery. Unto battle.
我才100个就把你赢了呀！
这波不亏，666。
So it a spell I exhort, quas exhort. Behold. My waters rise. I'm well aware. Now, I'm keeping it stands ready. Spherical sorcery. Forthwith. Extracting pulse.
so cute siap ada steam unik semua steam ni
Elementals. Sight.
form aku boleh nak KS bila anak dia
Death.
anjing betul
Over yon.
oh aku dapat bunuh baik. Aduh, susah game ni. Semua nak aim aku. Kena beli KB
Radiant structures are fortified. The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Elementals. Spherical sorcery. The profundities are mine to ransack. Who threatens my concentration? Arcana known only to me. A sharp ghost walk. Such tedium.
Baru kena ada KB game ni. So hard. KB for First stop lah. Tapi BKB lagi banyak. Yes dia tak itu main sangat pun. Mana ada kita main.
Invisibility.
My mind. Lavender waits cyclone. We interrupted. Charming mix. I proceed. Spherical sorcery. An honor to fight. Drawn from deep within. Experience of pain known only to me.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
True arcanery thrives.
Your middle tower is under attack.
What rudeness you witness tombs my exalt. Whosoever stands against me. Spherical sorcery. As nothing known only yes. So it is said, one of my favorites. I am witty. Mockery abounds. From the Archexalt's boss exalt attack.
Your Shan has fallen to the dungeon.
Miron's Hindergast.
Tacut.
Concentration. I'm well aware of it. Thither I go. This bores me. Fine. Orbs light my path. What need have I for this?
Anti-illusion tu.
Away.
Agak-agak ada sentry ke tak ada? Aku nak bunuh budak ni.
Fully.
sampai ada dia.
Proceed. True arcanery thrives. It is tedious. Incantation of exalt.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Of power.
Asal dah tak dekat tower 3.
Avowedly.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
From north, Mercury abounds.
Your bottom tower has fallen. Your bottom tower is under attack.
I'll keep it in mind.
Mudah ni
Your
harus ada
bottom
beli.
tower is under attack.
So it is said. I am committed. Concentration.
Bapak ni, ramai ni. Tunggu nak bunuh aku. Nyesal aku tolong Morphling. Tak ada BKB lah. Kalau aku ada BKB ni, pantai deh.
Did I hear a squeak? My waters rise.
Back. Earth really coming for you.
Aduh, boleh keluar pula.
Forthwith, from deep within. My favorites, an incantation long remembered.
Takkan dah jauh cepat tu.
Known with ravagers of armor and will. Whither I go. Spherical Mirrors Hindergast. Unto battle. It's not time yet. Witness, experience true swiftness. A spell I will. My foes are off. Athwart my path.
Pulang terus.
Ill luck upon you.
The enemy's top tower has
And
fallen.
so, from deep within Arcana, known only to me. I'm under attack.
The enemy's top tower has fallen. The enemy's top barracks has fallen. The enemy's middle tower has fallen. The enemy's middle barracks has fallen. The enemy's middle barracks has fallen.
Bawa nak bunuh dia.
Such tedium. A witch waits sorcerer, your charming pets. Incantation long remembered. Words of power, true arcanery thrives. Haste, drawn from I slip from sight. This bores me. I'll not be a drum. Rex exhort! Known only to me. My waters rise. Mindfully. Halloween's most cunning fabricator. My mind is my arcane. Fury abounds. Spherical sorcery. Witness true sorcery. Behold. Words of power. Charming. One of my favorite.
Roshan has fallen to the challenge.
As needs be. True arcanery thrives.
我的吧，我的吧，我才100个这把就赢了呀。
bottom tower has fallen. The enemy's bottom barracks. The enemy's bottom barracks has fallen. We now have many points.
me.
Radiant structures are fortified.
His talents fail me. True arcanery thrives.
Bagus sekali. GG.
The enemy's middle tower has
Bising mau
fallen.
fling ni. Kena mute dia.
Victory.
Lah ni rank apa? Dia rank 5. Dia buat orchid, dia buat dagger. Tak ada BKB. Oh hai. Mount Island. Buat arcane tu. Ini tak boleh belah. Betul nak mana. Sakit perut lah. Tanda je. Tengok tournamentnya ditandas.
Thunder Predators turn to ban.
Be right back.
Pangolier, one of those heroes that, you know, outside of the Rolling Thunder, once you use your shield clash and swashbuckle, you are very vulnerable. You're just standing around waiting to die, basically. So if you're able to get that time dilation off onto him, it can be pretty devastating.
10 seconds
What about the
remaining.
bans from RNG? Is that kind of signaling anything?
5 seconds remaining.
I still think that they think this Pango is playing off lane, because Sacred did put together a pretty good performance onto it so far. Like, the Bat Rider isn't really something that you want to be contending into. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, they're
I
both
think it's
still
like
pretty good
95%
off laners.
mid. I reckon Pango's mid, like 95%.
No, I meant with the bans, sorry. Like, this seems like RNG are maybe thinking that it is mid now that they've banned out the Necro and the Bat Rider. We don't see Bat Rider in the off lane all that much. Even in SA, you know, the one that goes with a lot of these unorthodox picks.
Here's going to be the last ban here for Thunder Awaken, another hero that Ana has played so far through the group stages.
A Blink Dagger Builder, too. I mean, they could probably
10
Alchemist,
seconds
couldn't they?
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I would like the Alchemist. Are they going to have the damage to kill an Alchemist in a game like this?
At the moment, no. That's why I'm like, well, this feels pretty good.
Thunder
Also, they
Predators
got
turn
pretty
to pick.
terrible of... Okay, I don't hate it. I mean, it's a good way to be able to deal with those treants from the Nature's Prophet if it is going to be rotating through. You don't care at all about the Rubik. You don't really care about the Pangolier. You could still Omni Slash onto the Rolling Thunder. Decent enough kill lanes. So maybe they were thinking that Thunder Awaken were going to pick something
5 seconds remaining.
Nah, they couldn't have gone for something that was trying to bully out the POS 1, right? Because you've got an Enchantress and you've got a Rubik for yourselves. So it's not really a possibility. So maybe just wanting to go a little bit more down the passive route for, I'm assuming still, Sacred's hero.
Dude, he's not going to have a good lane into an Enchantress Juggernaut. I'm struggling to think of what they can play to give him a good time. They do go to the Ember. We were kind of joking before about the flex.
It's a mid-Ember,
but it is a mid-Ember, not the support. So Sacred is, yes, you have the Swashbuckle to get out of the Blade Fury, but I do not think he's going to get a lot of farm.
No, I do not either. You're going to need to be some really clever pulling shenanigans here. This might be a game where we see Matthew go the boots of speed just because he wants to stay as far away from the Enchantress as possible. Already with the base speed, you've got that movement speed disadvantage, and Enchantress, for all the great things that she has, she doesn't have a stun. So you're always going to be able to pull the wave and be able to just outpace her.
10 seconds.
I mean, they got a Nature's Prophet and an Ember. Like, these heroes can have a lot of tempo early on, but I'm just concerned that RNG have some really good lanes. Kaka is going to be able to rotate as well to help Somnus, and then once Somnus is off to a flying start, all of a sudden he can converge onto the side lanes and make them even more difficult. Play with the Viper is probably going to be the strongest hero early on, and I'm just quite concerned that Thunder might not be able to deal with the pressure we're going to see come out early, which is a little bit weird to say because I do think naturally like a Nature's Prophet lineup is very fast, but I'm worried about the supports and how much impact they're going to have.
I think in lane, the Dazzle can have a lot of impact. I'm really feeling like this Thunder Awakened Prophet Dazzle lane is going to beat Viper Tiny pretty comfortably. Okay. So that's something that I'm going to be looking to. Probably seeing Pakaz go into something like a Blightstone, just to be able to, again, use all those Treants. They don't have a great way to be able to clear them. The Dazzle as well with that Poison Touch for the physical damage. Tiny has 0 base armor, so I think that could be a really good route that they opt to go down. But outside of the Ember, they're not really dealing with this puck at all. Like this, it's not a completely free puck game, but it's not hard. You know, like you're up against a Pangolier who needs a Blink Dagger to really be able to try and chain lock you down. And outside of that, it requires alone a stand-in to just play absolutely exceptional. And we know that there aren't many better mid laners than Somnus, so good luck with doing that.
Yeah, like Ember's a good lane matchup, and sure the game can be relatively nice with the chains, but this is not that big counter.
Where's the follow-up is what you're asking.
Yes, sure, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, yes, on lone, he can kind of is a nice matchup, but against Somnus, this is not enough. Like, this is one of the best mid laners we haven't really seen. Of course, China and Somnus on the main stage and on a lane for quite some time. But yeah, this was a mid laner that everyone would fear going up against, and even into a matchup like this, I'm quite concerned on how they're going to be able to deal with him in this game.
One thing I'm also a little bit intrigued about is how active is Ana going to get? Because that time, sure, it seemed like he was super active, but he spent a long time just sitting back and farming. And I think I was talking about it before the game #1 draft. That's something that RNG and Asta in particular have leaned a little bit more strongly into. You know, going these things like the Spectre, the TA, these styles of heroes that just need to sit back a little bit more, and the rest of the 4 just take all of the attention away from them. I feel like teams like your Liquids, for example, but Tumberman, once he gets that Hood of Defiance and the Vanguard on the Bristle, he would start running at you already because they just want to up the tempo. But RNG really protecting the playstyle of their Sandin, which I like.
Yeah, I do think if you look at some of the players on China, and Monet in particular, you always look at kind of his hard carry. Terrorblade really stands out for him. I know I've been quite impressed with China in general and how they've been able to adapt to kind of the meta we're in at the moment, where this really hard carry sort of hero is not as popular, but maybe they're still falling back on some of their comfort. I mean, we see that like Juggernaut, Ana's got a Midas queued up as well, which is something that's continuing to be very popular so far from the Jug through the major.
Heal us.
Unfortunately, he's not going up against something like this Enchantress. Would have been some extra value coming through there from the Midas, but Pakaz once again in the lane going for his no regen build, just wanting to say, well, I'm gonna try and right click stronger than you, and there's not too much you can do about it. Kaka feeling like he's not going to be able to outrun Pandamoon, I suppose, but really just wanting to create a double wave to be able to, again, push back into RNG's side, giving the Viper a bit of an easier time. I like that. It's something that they absolutely needed to do.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about kind of the build that we're seeing come out a little bit more often now from the carries, like this blades of attack, or the robe into just a couple branches? Because it feels like the supports, from what I'm seeing, are bringing out like two sets of tangos, and you can just give a couple over to the the carry. You drop the branch down, all of a sudden you're getting double worth out of it. So do you feel like that's kind of the reasoning? Is hold that.
Sorry, Pandabu's gonna die.
Yeah, this will be our first blood picked up. Chalice and Karka in combination together.
With the poison.
Great start for this Viper lane. Like, your weakness is like first 2 levels basically, and you've been able to get past that. Kar's not in a position to be able to get aggressive onto you because of the way Kar's will eventually manipulate the lane.
He's in a little bit of trouble. Sacred though swashbuckled in, so he's going to be forced to TP out. He will go back to the tower, so not all the way to the base.
He has to be careful here. Doesn't have enough to cast spells and TP out if he needs to, but he'll try and bully X-Nova for now.
So what are you kind of the heavy stat build and the branch?
Well, when the Tango sharing first came out, I was like, oh, are people just gonna not buy any regen? And they still did. Like, they still did for quite some time, not going this uber aggressive route, I suppose, because they felt salves were a little bit more impactful. But maybe now that that salve meta has been taken away, it's just something that they're catching on to. Like, hey, this is actually a genuine possibility. We can just accelerate our timing, even for as little as a minute differential. Can be the biggest difference in a game like this at a major between 2 great teams.
Yeah, I mean, a minute timing is incredibly important with all the levels that you get. We see often side lanes are really playing on the level 2 advantage, sometimes the level 3, which Viper in particular really needs 3, and Chalice, he just gets it, so this is a kill. Unless Bakar is able to TP out, he's going to be dead. They'll get the grave, and well, there's the TP out. So that's the thing though, just mentioning the level timings. Chalice, he gets aggressive as soon as he gets to level 3, just recognizing these small spikes that you have, but the best teams will always eke out that advantage.
And he like ticked out in base as well. He had the 5 Viper stacks on him. A little bit lucky that he wasn't level 5 at the time, otherwise he might have still died. But well, mid lane as well. They're actually going to get a little bit more aggressive onto Somnus. Might be trying to go ahead and steal away the bounty rune inside of the Radiant jungle. A few of the voice slides there.
Oh no. Matthew's he's got boots. He's gonna keep running at Somnus. Matthew will win this. He's got Fade Bolt. I mean, well, Dazzle's gonna go down off the side, but we'll keep going on to the Jewel. I don't know, Somnus. What's going on? And Luke gives him a tip as well. Matthew's loving life. Free money, solo experience. He doesn't even need the mid laner to help out.
And that's when you need to be voice lining him back, you know, like good glyph use as well to make sure that he's not losing too many of these creeps underneath the tower. Will still lose at least 1 melee in 1 range, not even worrying to deny it because no one's there to receive the experience. But yeah, great start to that mid lane now for Alone, who already has the advantageous matchup with the Ember against the Puck.
Radiant structures
Matthew as well, just also taken away the he's not going to die again.
He might. 2 points.
A couple of seconds.
Another slide. This might actually be enough damage. Some stick charges.
Chains in 1.
And the chains at level 2. It's going to kick him out. No, I just wanted to bring that up. Alone, he's gone for no points Flame Guard, 2 points in the chains, and wow. I mean, the young gun, the stand-in on Alone, only 17 years of age, is taking it up to Somnus.
That's something that you want to put on your resume there. He might even get another kill with X-Nova trying to at least achieve some of this experience in the lane, but he's not going to be able to do it.
Radiant's middle tower is
8
under
mid
attack.
lane so far gone away for the side of Thunder Awaken. How are some of these other lanes going though? Because it's going to be quite some time as Somnus takes that walk of shame back down from the base. Pakaz has been able to pick up the power tread, so he's at least got a little bit of that movement speed for himself. Very important, just that positioning against a Viper whenever you're up against him. Also evened out the experience trade there.
Can he get in range of the
very deep.
TP Matthew in. They might turn to Chalice instead. They've lost the poison touch from Pandamu, but Chalice is in
micro.
Beautiful body blocks. Matthew's on a killing spree. This Rubik's everywhere to start the game.
And it's not really what we were expecting to happen, right? Like, sure, the Pangoliers at the bottom of the net worth for the cause, but he should be punished much more than this in the lane. Like, he's still free farming a wave now. He's still getting a good amount of experience. In lane, they're going for a little bit of a dive onto Alone. Yeah, I really feel like that Matthew shouldn't have the freedom to just rotate through like this. Like, his past 3 kill involvements have been so massive for Thunder Awaken.
They're gonna get another kill. Matthew gets the telekinesis drag back. Alone's able to connect. My oh my, Thunder Awaken, what a start. Make sure he doesn't get denied, and they will do just that. Beautifully done from Thunder Awaken. I was not expecting them to have good of a start as what they are, but top lane, Somnus, he's still gonna hit back. He's got the haste rune in the arsenal, the coil as well. This should be a freebie picked up. A much needed kill for the side of RNG, and Somnus is gonna snag that. What a Chalice. See, Matthew, dude, this guy's everywhere. He's trying to converge on the Viper's location to get that telekinesis back, but Kaka, beautiful TP in, will offer the assistance required to keep Chalice alive.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Not so often you see the Vipers go this style of build. No Dragonlance, just going straight into the 4-star.
The secret shop's got in some trouble. Alone with the level 7. Chalice has got his own ultimate as well to work with. Viper Strike targeting down the Rubik, but meanwhile Alone is able to remnant on forward, secures the kill. They'll turn to the Viper next as well. It comes at a cost of the Dazzle's life. And they're also got another Chalice. Oh no.
He got too hungry. He ticked out to the corrosive skin. It was literally like 2 damage, I think, was the amount that it did over what he would have did. Like, I don't know. He's just feeling himself a little bit too much there, Matthew. And yeah, like you said, giving over that big streak is a significant deal, considering this is a Viper that needs to get a few of these items to be much more survivable with his positioning.
Lane, they're ready to go again. Lane's got a double damage rune as well to work with, but I guess they got to deal with the Seder Creep first before he pops that for the kill.
Come on, Sprite.
Now we might to continue to move on forward.
Saving a lot of gold for himself as well, going into that Maelstrom, just wanting to perhaps play that split pushing style once more. Sacred up top again. Somnus really putting a lot of emphasis onto taking him down.
Dire are scanning.
Oof. He'll be fine. But Somnus did TP here, so they're gonna want to make something happen with this rotation. Sacred. Yeah.
The damage is enough. Sacred. Beautiful read. The calculations. He's out of enough, but Somnus is going to try and turn this around. Is the damage going to be enough between him and the Enchantress? He's getting no extra assistance. They're going to make sure the chain control is perfect with the silence afterwards, so the shield crash will not be an option to get that damage mitigation out.
I mean, you're still very happy with that though, right? Solo kill onto the Juggernaut.
As well, because he's going to TP directly onto the tower, especially with Alone connecting. Yeah, but it's got to be cautious though, RNG. They're starting to bring the numbers to hit back. Alone, there's no way he's going to be able to make it out of this one. A big kill onto the Ember. They're going to look for a +1. Kaka using the tree to gain some information. And getting range for the
top tower is
doesn't have the movement speed advantage, so Matthew will be fine. Top lane though. Oh, they're chill. Just get on the tower.
A lot of damage being done by X-Nova up here though, with that Wildwing Ripper providing the additional armor, also pushing him back, making sure that he's not going to get to deny. Cheeky.
What do you feel like is going to break out over the next coming minutes with the cars being top of the net worth, because the Furin can get very active. Ember's had a great lane, well, really a majority of Thunder have as well. So do you feel like Thunder are going to be able to just, they're going to look to keep the tempo up as X-Nova should go down? That's going to be the case.
I think they're going to be focusing on Sacred, just making sure that he's able to get that Blink Dagger, because like I was saying before, this is a, I don't want to say, again, an easy Puck game, but you don't have a ton of counters. So it's so important for him to get that Blink Dagger so Puck doesn't just feel free to have complete reign over every single team fight.
You see that
middle tower is under attack.
The Pingo is going to be someone that will scale much better than what the Viper is. This is a hero that really thrives on winning your lane. I'm a bit concerned on Chalice and where we're going to see the impact come out of the offlaner for RNG compared to Sacred.
Dire's middle tower
They
is
are
under attack.
setting up onto Sacred. Eyes on mid lane though, is Chalice. He's gonna go down because a very deep TP. He's not gonna tick out to the damage over time. Somna's gonna look to enter the fight. The orb will be on the mark. He's gonna jaunt on 4 to secure the kill. Can he outrun the Rolling Thunder though? No one else is following up on Sacred, and Somnus will be okay.
And all while this is happening as well, Karka's doing a pretty decent time farming too. 11.5 minutes, only 1,000 gold away from that Blink Dagger.
So look at the damage from the shield crash. Somnus holds them back with the coil. The respawns are starting to come out. Thunder need to respect RNG from being able to TP back in alone. Oh my lord.
He actually popped the Fairy Fire back in base as well, just so he didn't die.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Very nice. So just these tiny little plays that a boomer like me would absolutely never make, but these guys do. 17 years old, they've still got those twitchy fingers.
Maybe you could just be a pro player as well, and you're not. Why you gotta bring age into this? Come on, you can do stuff at your age. You just really what it is.
Scrapbooking, bingo.
Well, I mean, we're not there yet. You're not a goddamn grandpa. We're not plus 70 years old.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I will say though, bingo sounds kind of fun when you gotta. No, just think of that. You guys are. You're old, you got a couple mates. I was just chilling, maybe a couple bevies in there. Hold that thought. Uh-oh, this is not looking good for RNG X Nova.
Dire's top tower
Maybe
is
fucking
under attack.
fine. Alright, it's looking fine. X Nova's
Dire's
chilling.
top tower has fallen.
Can you imagine what like old folks' homes are going to look like when you know this age of people? It's just going to be a bunch of gamers, honestly. LAN parties 24/7.
Oh god, RNG. I got panda move. Really the target you want.
Take it.
Be forced to take it though.
Look at that Blink Dagger.
What a blink reveal! Moves in with the Rolling Thunder. They're going to look to chain control Somnus next. He's not in the greatest position to get the bounce back. And Matthew, he's in trouble as well. As RNG, I'll fight 2 even off the great start from Sacred, but that was not enough damage to be able to follow up with the Rolling Thunder.
Dire's top tower is under
The
attack.
Omni Slash available here on Ana. Just needs to pop the magic stick if he wants to use it, but it's another one of these team fights where his micro is really good. Able to keep that healing ward alive for the entire time. Make sure that his entire team's able to survive past that initial burst.
I think we've got to be looking at now how the carry matchup fares between the Nature's Prophet and the Juggernaut. We've got the cards, top of the net worth, having an incredible game on the Nature's Prophet, 3-1 and 4, but Ana as well with this minus, and Maelstrom soon completed. We'll be able to keep up in farm.
Obviously the Maelstrom is like the build these days instead of the Battle Fury, but against the Nature's Prophet, is this one of those times where you actually were wanting to go for it? I guess you've already got the 4-staff on the Viper, and someone else is going to look to build into it. Is X Nova going into a Vanguard? I guess a Crimson eventually?
Okay.
Or an Abyssal. Abyssal Enchantress, that's what we want. Just the Pango's kind of nice.
I mean, are we really trying to justify why Abyssal could be potential?
No, I'm talking about... I'm not talking that. I'm talking about the Crimson.
Snowball? They're not going to mess around with the Rolling Thunder, just looking to get the kill into the Enchantress. Gonna be easy, 2 points in the Nature's attendance. Decent amount to be able to sustain through the ultimate, but they will get the kill nonetheless with 4 heroes on Thunder.
Would have lived if he had that Abyssal.
Oh god. Karka's getting pretty close to a blink as well. I like how they're looking to prioritize the farm for the tiny. Mid waves go all to Mr. Karka. And he needs a little bit more gold to complete that. And do you feel like that's the item? And then maybe RNG could look to smoke up and make a play?
Oh yeah, completely. Like they don't really need anything else beyond this. Like it's just luxury items for now. You've got a Ogreax just given over to Chalice. Needs to make sure that he doesn't use too much of that mana though. He is an important part of the damage that's coming out in a lot of these RNG engagements.
Nature attend us.
This Blade Fury is really racking up the damage, something that X-Nova wasn't ready for. That was also coil used as well, so they're not going to have this for the tower defense. I'd love to see Thunder look to make a play with the coil being on cooldown. They're going to do that. Sacred jumps in. No hesitation for the pain clear. They've got to be cautious, so because RNG taking a fight inside their territory. Even Anna's going to look to show up as well. Matthew, brother, this is incredibly deep. The toss away, but Sacred, he wants to follow the party as well, but they're rolling Thunder towards Anna's location. But a Blade Fury will give Anna an opportunity to reset the fight, but can anyone else in RNG make it away? Honestly, Chobley moves back in and they're going to pounce on that opportunity as Thunder awaken. Finds a big kill onto the Juggernaut. Kaka though, good bit of combination, but Somnus nearby, but because he's working with a BKB, so all this magic immunity, that's going to be enough to get the TP out. They might get Pandamu instead, but really not the ideal target.
Yeah, they're just running a little bit too low on mana for anyone to help out Pandamu at this stage, although Chalice, he's having to run away from the treants at this stage. I mean, that was just, again, some insane spell casting coming through from Thunder Awaken. Starting off by alone, just dodging out that Viper Strike with the use of the Remnant, and it really felt like he had free reign to constantly be poking and fighting.
They saw the clear on Somnus. He needs to respect this. He's going to go in instead. Matthew! Oh, the spell casting for the Rubik is beautiful! Matthew finds 2. They won't get X-Nova. But what a play coming out from the Rubik. He's done it all for them this game.
Yeah, Matthew, MVP by far. Getting a little bit overly excited sometimes with, you know, the dives behind the tier 1 tower, but he's made a lot of stuff happen. I want to see that again if we can. Always seems to be in the right position at the right time, you know, Dream Coil, steal it back, get it onto a couple, and then be able to turn around with that burst damage coming through. It's just way too much.
Yeah, we were mentioning that, you know, the Ember and the Pango can be decent ways to be able to deal with the Puck, but the Rubik as well, there's some incredible abilities to steal. Pretty much all of Puck's abilities are nice. The Orb can help you push side lanes to maybe get your next item, whether it's Aethelins or Blink, but the Waning Rift is incredibly nice as well to be able to offer up some control. So if Matthew's able to continue with the trend he's on at the moment, he's got a decent amount of farm to play with, and really just Aethelins and Keen Optic could be enough.
Feels like they really want to go for a smoke now, though, on RNG. Like, the last fight obviously didn't turn out too well for them, but now you've got the Blink Dagger on Somnus, so he wants to be able to converge along with Tiny's Blink Dagger to really start to make a lot of this magic happen, create space for that Juggernaut so that the Midas starts to pay off. Been trying to bait some people to move towards this mid lane. It so happens to be at a time where Thunder Awaken we're going for a smoke, and they don't want to waste these TPs, so they're going to use the extra movement speed to, again, just come back towards mid, but it's going to be a little too late unless they get the deny. Okay. Still, though, important tower to take away.
Yes, very much. We're going to see Kaka in the river shortly. Oh, he gets... Oh, the Blink's going to go closer to the Ember Spirit, so... Fortunate for Kaka, there's going to be no escape. An easy kill, but what can they get out of that? Probably look to try and invade the jungle now, take away some of the farm that RNG are playing with.
Good job, keeping the shoving happening.
Wait, Matthew's still got coil. To Somnus, he's in trouble for the moment. They're going to do an incredible job with the chain control as Matthew starting the Waning Rift as well as Sacred. He's already looking for the +1. Spies out X-Nova onto the higher ground. It's got the Aghanim Shard completed as well, so it can bounce back with ease. A TP out. X-Nova will just make it.
Just able to escape. Ended up going for the Hood of Defiance instead of the old Vanguard or the Enchantress. That makes a little bit more sense to me. It really does feel like that's where the good portion of the damage is coming from at this stage, especially with all the spells that Matthew's been able to steal. Like you said, that Waning Rift. With the Arcade Supremacy, and you've got the Aether Lens, the Keen Optic, cast range of that is actually kind of nutty.
Do we feel like RNG are going to have some difficulties with dealing the supports this game? Because it does feel like so far with how they've been positioning and the items they have, it could make it a little bit easier to be able to play towards the backline and keep their lives. He's going to be in trouble for Kaz TP's in. Remnants from alone.
Century nanti.
They're gonna be able to run into Panda through most of the moment. The Grave will buy in sometimes. They're gonna turn to deal with the Tiny instead, but Arna shoot up to the
Kayak orang
party.
manja
He's gonna be cautious with his blade through though. If the rest of Radiant feel like they want to take the fight, they know the ultimate. There's the potential to get out. The Omnislash bouncing around the inside Roshan. They've got the ultimate as well from Sacred and that chain control. It's perfect from Thunder Awaken. They'll get the kill into Arna. They're going to move over to X-Nova as well. The Enchantress should not be long for this world. A chains into one more right click
Oh,
because
Has been
is
killed.
rewarded with the kill.
Ooh, that courier dying though from Summoners is actually a pretty big deal. That would have been getting closer towards the AC for him, just a lot more damage to be able to speed up the farm. Speaking of Hyperstones that ended up going down, actually never mind that. I thought Juggernaut was getting closer towards finishing up that Mjolnir, but instead he's going into the Basher, feeling like they need a little bit of extra control just to deal with Sacred's Pangolier. Somnus was able to get that kill onto the Pango in the team fight, taking away the dominating streak, getting himself a nice injection of gold and equaling, actually, I was about to say equaling the highest level in the game, but Kaz is sitting very comfortably, almost at that level 20, and wow, you know what that means? That means that that leash is going to start to become a factor, particularly against the puck.
Arkai is stalking alone top with the Invis. He's going to be able to reposition back further into their territory, so Karka is going to be cautious if he runs up this high ground. There's a freshly placed sentry. Do Karka.
Radiant are scared.
Such an even game we've got though. 25-17 in regards to the kill count. Only 1,000 net worth lead for Thunder Awaken. It's like both sides are in a position to look to take this fight. Chalice just completed the BKB. You're about to have an Assault Cuirass completed though for Pakaz, just waiting for the Courier to respawn, so we are looking at some item timings to be picked up really shortly between both these teams.
I mean, you've got a lot now in RNG. BKB on the Viper, so he can actually take these fights. You've got, like you were saying before, the Force Staff on the Enchantress. You've got the Basher on Ana, also Omnislash level 3. So yeah, it's a lot to have to contend with, but Ana can't join this fight that's about to break out. So it feels to me like RNG just want to quickly steal some of this triangle farm and get the hell out of there. Advantage, of course, of playing with a Nature's Prophet, you've always got that potential. Sacred the river.
Chalice, he's not going to have that defensively now. He might be forced to pop a BKB. Nova's been able to heal up a decent amount as well. Meanwhile, look at Solus wrapping around. They stole the coil on Matthew, so they have to be cautious of their positioning now from RNG. And there's that respect coming out to the top. Because he finds a freebie. Karka just sticking around for a little bit too long. That was the level 20 in the Sprout as well, so there was going to be no escape for the Tiny.
Kaz is just bouncing around the map right now. The impact that this guy is having is so huge. Already got a 4,000 net worth advantage. He also has, I believe, the AC finished up. Just needs to wait for the Courier to respawn. Taking Roshan, of course, with all that minus armor that you have and the huge damage. Like, it is a lot that RNG have to deal with. Sorry, go ahead.
What are we expecting Thunder to be able to get out of this first stages?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, my thing is, like, do they really need much else? I mean, you finished up a lot of key items. Maybe just wanting something like the Basher for Sacred, just so that he's not able to get, you know, spin TPs in the middle of fights. Just that extra little bit of control that we felt that they were lacking in the form of stuns for the puck. If Matthew isn't focused with his lockdown.
They're moving to Somnus' location. They're able to break the core with the force up on the higher ground, and now X-Nova will be ripped apart as well. Because with the double kill, and you said it best, it seems like he is everywhere in this second game.
What could you say? He's an absolute beast so far. Kaz and Matthew for sure, just standing out this game for Thunder. It's a really important series as well. You know, they don't have the greatest records so far in these group stages, so every single game is going to count.
This instant smoke from Thunder looking to connect the top. Nature's Prophet's going to be able to TP in as well. Ana's able to step to the left side, but Kaz is stalking him though. They've already used the Sprouts, so Ana should be able to TP out, but maybe he doesn't know the Sprouts on cooldown. It's gonna see it shortly, but it will come back up. Sacred on the wraparound as well. Rolling Thunder already utilized the force stop thanks to Kaka. I don't think Arna's gonna be able to make it away though, and they'll make sure that's not the case as Thunder instantly jumping to his location. Arna really struggling in this game. 4 deaths on the Juggernaut compared to only the 1 on Bakaz.
And this is the thing with the Viper as well. You know, this is...
Man, they're everywhere. They have this lead. They're making sure just RNG can get nothing out of the map. From top they go, over to mid. Kaka is going to have to blink up shortly, so we'll just make it away. But you'll see how aggressive Thunder are looking to play with this Aegis.
And the thing is, like, Viper just doesn't do what Pango does, right? Like, he is so immobile. I would say one of the most immobile heroes now that Gaben decided that Zeus needed a jump. But it is one of those things that it's like, what can you do against this? All Chalice can basically do is sit and farm, and it means that RNG are playing one man down for most of the game unless you're pushing. And with how effectively they've been able to play around this Nature's Prophet, lanes are always going to be pushing in, so you don't really have a safe place to be able to farm and push towers.
Kaka with a bit of a sidestep there. It's going to force on the high ground. Cute jukes from Kaka. TP back, who's trying to get on his cutting shenanigans, but we'll get the tier 2 tower nonetheless. Back on your point about the Viper Pango as well, we just see like Viper's even got more net worth, but even with that extra little bit of gold that he's playing with, Sacred is just having so much more impact, and that impact is going to continue as well. This hero in team fights is difficult to deal with. He's going Basher next, so you're going to have another way to maybe control the puck, another way to deal with Jug through BKB, and not speaking about Sacred. That's the one issue with the Pangler. You don't offer that chain control potential for the moment, so Chalice able to get the BKB off. Kaka will hold back for Kaz as well, but they're going to run into him. Matthew stepping to the high ground. I think they got a glimpse of Arna. They're to be cautious. Go down to the south, and Thunder will not continue the chase.
Well worth that sacrifice though by Kaka. Like, him using the stun at that exact point means they don't get off the sprout. Chalice isn't just fed to the wolves, basically. He had to use a really early 4-star.
Bakaz was very close to TPing directly on the Juggernaut. Oh, look at this, just burying into the tree line. It does seem like RNG though, their read is just stall this out. Like, look to play the side lanes, don't take team fights just yet.
There's no one that makes amazing use out of it, but I'm going to call out one flaw for Bakaz. When he TP'd through to that fight, right to the left of the Dire outpost, there's a Paladin sword sitting at the top of the stairs next to the ward placed by Kaka. It's like just in the corner. Really weird.
It's just like a tree high covering it. Is that Bias or Radiance? We should pick up that goddamn nice neutral item to be playing with. See Arna though, gonna be up a couple of waves. So what do we feel like RNG are waiting for? Are they just looking to, I mean, Aegis is out in 30 seconds. Are they waiting for an item instead, or they're happy maybe to look to smoke up as soon as that Aegis expires?
To me, it feels like maybe they even just want this Aghanim Scepter on the Viper. He's very close to being able to pick it up, just for the extra cast range, in particular, on the Viper Strike. Go for the Sprout!
Oh my lord.
Right. Speaking of Aghanim Scepters, you've now got one up on Thunder Awaken, alone. Again, just continuing to snowball his great game, and now with that extra slight of fist hero damage and all the minor summon that you've got from, again, the Dazzle, the Pangolier, Ember Spirit with his Ultra Corrosion. It's a lot to have to deal with in these team fights.
They've got some really good wards to play with here for RNG up top.
Tunggu habis game. Dapat siapa menang.
Toss closer to Arna's location. An easy kill, but
hilang terus.
protect the Rubik, and they turn and Jug score! They don't have Arna for the team fight, and without the damage from the position 1, how can RNG turn this fight back around? Somnus is in trouble, awaiting Rip to the low ground. Kaka buying him some time. He'll just make it out. Meanwhile, in the river, though, Chalice, he's in trouble as well. Because along with Sacred, in combination together, will run into the Viper. And Thunder, all they lose is the Rubik, and they take so much out of RNG.
The Satanic. Oh, just heals him completely to full Tiny. Probably going to be falling as well. But Kaka once again with his little jukes. Blink up in one. Oh, just gets clear.
Dia tengah buat space ke Ana 15.
I don't think it would have changed the fight around it much, but you still did have Viper just walking in there as the Courier was coming through onto him with that completed Aghanim Scepter. He really didn't want to use it before finishing up because it would have meant longer cooldown for each successive cast, and maybe that extra 1 or 2 seconds means that he doesn't get off that Viper strike onto one of these key targets. Let's say, Nature's Prophet. Means that he finds it a much harder time to just stand there and man fight.
Dah nak siap hex lah.
No, I do think RNG being down to this at the moment, bottom lane. Somnus is going to be in trouble. They stole the lane, so the extra control from the silence. They have the vision for the Wrath of Nature. Not going to get the tick. Run under the water as well, so they won't continue with this push. RNG will live to see another day.
Wishblade. Kaya Sangi.
They haven't had a team fight where Chalice is just free to stand there and attack. That's my biggest issue, and I'm not sure what's going to change it, to be honest. Like, it's going to involve Kaka finding a pickoff perhaps to be able to start off these team fights. Maybe it's a Blink Dagger coming through for Ana here, but it doesn't feel like he's getting massively kited around in these engagements. He doesn't have to deal with the silence. He's got the Blade Fury to deal with the Searing Chains. He's still holding onto that Quelling Blade because he's up against the Nature's Prophet. He's switched items like 4 different times. He's gone from...
He's in a position to pop the smoke. I'm going to say Sacred for the moment. It's a really big pickup if they can get it. The toss closer towards Ana's location, but the damage won't come through thanks to the Yule Scepter. And again, Panda move gets the Grave buff, and look at Alone just jumping into the middle, trying to deal with the backline. Sacred's got the buff as well, because he TP's in as well. Both the cores, and RNG will not be long for this team fight, as now they're going to TP over the challenge at the mouth of the pit. The Viper is just trying to edge out some kill fight, anything they can get, but they won't even catch up the Dazzle, and it'll come at the cost. There's nothing they can do because he'll stand his ground in there, the Toxin, and meanwhile at the outpost he'll even catch out X-Nova. 0 casualties from the side of Thunder Awaken as they have full momentum in this second game.
Doesn't even need to carry the boots anymore either. Of course, the attack speed's kind of nice, and he's just going to go into the efficiency item first, getting that quick hit for some AoE damage. But with that removed teleportation, he's just zipping around the map constantly. He made one of the shortest TPs I've ever seen just to be able to get inside that Roche pit. A near flawless game coming through from Kaz here.
With that Aegis onto the Nature's Prophet. Was that third verse or second? Second, I believe, right?
And Dazzle might have taken the shot.
Tentu dia push.
So I do feel like Dire, their higher ground play is going to be a coil into the toss. Thunder, really, even with Kaz having an Aegis, it's going to be very difficult for them to siege because of this potential. If you toss him under the tier 4 towers and get that coil snap, they will kill him there, and then he's going to be respawning in a position where it's very difficult. We do see at the moment Somnus.
Oh no, Somnus.
Play shift to the last second, but can he get the reactions off to blink back inside the base? Tiny, he's going to be the one that's in trouble for the moment, but RNG, they want to continue to take the team fight. Kaz has got the second life to work with though. They're going to try and bring him down to once.
Omni satu kali was.
After round 2. Alone, he's going to look to jump in the middle. Kaz going to go for the chain control, but they won't get the combo off before the BKB. It's Rapper holding inside. They're dealing the damage. Finally, the kill off the Kaz. Ana will turn to Sacred as well. The first real big fight we've seen come out from RNG, and that was in to the second Roche advantage.
Face that for the difference big, right? And ready to get in onto the back lines, and most importantly, Matthew gets initiated on. Matthew is the one that takes a lot of the damage, and Viper finally starts to have that impact. It's actually a pretty decent combination once you are able to right click with this Viper. He hasn't gone for the the level 20 talent on the left side on Viper.
Mana pula tukar. Kau yang cakap
Together with Steph was really important. But just look at that magic resistance. Instead of deduction instead of reduction in the tooltip or poison attack. It does a lot, especially when you consider that you've got this Juggernaut going into the magic build, Puck, of course, very magic oriented. Same sort of thing with the Tiny. So as long as you're able to start layering in those poison attacks, you're actually in a pretty good spot to take some of these team fights. It's just such a rarity because of how well Thunder Awaken are playing in a lot of these engagements.
Raph taking a bit of a dive though. That swing that we've got. T2 tower could be under siege. Chalice is potentially going to get mid as well with the catapult, so a lot of map control going the way of RNG. This will give them the opportunity now to clean the outpost as well.
2 towers, yeah.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Got almost completed. So I'm just going the overwhelming blink, a bit extra stats on.
Ini kalau satu mistake boleh end terus.
Anything else that you're seeing? I think Chalice is working on the Lotus Orb next.
So is X-Nova. All about survivability. And again, you know, this is one thing that I've mentioned before about when you're playing up against an Enchantress. You often get very tempted to just ignore her because it's like, well, what's she going to do in a lot of these engagements? But Snova, Hurricane Pike, you can end up doing a fair amount. Doesn't unfortunately have the Fey Grenade to be able to make full usage out of the free attacks that you can get from massive range.
Nice read from RNG. They're able to back up, avoid the smoke. They're going to be the ones to look to take the fight. Towards the outpost they go. They've got the control at the moment. Radiant, they do have an incredible ward placed down though. Another ward as well towards the cliff. This is a great spot for Thunder Awaken to take this fight.
They saw the bounty get taken. They're pinging in
Bash. Aduh, mati emang. Easy. Gila.
Drawn to the right, but instead they're going to go for Chalice. Spider legs to try and survive towards the north, however. It looks like Karka's going to be the easy kill. Stuck inside this crowd, turned to a pig. 6 feet under. And still though, RNG, they are able to kill
quite a bit of defensive.
This is not nearby to be able to play with Chalice. He's looking to connect finally. Chalice has got the abilities back up. Even Chalice is going to buy back as well because he needs the Nether to be able to rejoin, but no one is nearby to help them. This is perfect. Get the TP out. That's not the possibility. As Somnus is in, blows him up before the teleport, and RNG, the second team fight in a row where they've been able to come out on top.
Oh man, it was so chaotic, and it was a big investment coming through from him as well. Buyback coming through from the Viper, buyback on the Enchantress. It was really Somnus that time around. Mid-team fight, he actually finds the Stormcrafter, which just provides them with that little bit of extra damage and also enabling him to get through some of the slows that get cast onto him. You know, even just dodging out things like the Poison Touch mid-air is such a useful tool to have.
We see instantly the change as well with Arna's build. Lincoln's queued up. That Hex to start into the control afterwards was just too much of an issue, and Arna's recognizing he needs a way to protect himself.
Yeah, he wants to live. It's all well and good to be doing a ton of damage when you can fight, but you just never fight. It's not gonna happen.
1-7 and 8 for Arna. But maybe, it's gonna be Gibby next instead. We're actually wanting a little bit more magic immunity.
Gives you some damage as well, I suppose. Something that he still feels like is lacking, and maybe feeling a little bit more confident having picked up that Titan Sliver instead, with some of the status resistance coming through too.
RNG with that kill though, or successful team fight I should say, they're going to be able to control the map now. Towards the triangle. So they're in a really good spot to take this fight. If they're able to get the DD back towards the triangle, powerful position to be able to take this skirmish.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you want to be playing around. Roshan's going to be set to spawn in the next minute, perhaps minute to 4 minutes. And yeah, they just don't want to was about to say relinquish control over their high ground, maybe just not feeling too confident considering they did have to expend those buybacks. So even then, buybacks are going to be up in about 6 minutes and Roshan will absolutely have spawned by then.
What do I be closing in for RNG? Because I'm honestly quite surprised they're not playing with those wards. An incredible position, because we've seen multiple times it's been Thunder actually with the division advantage throughout these fights, but RNG back up, get their items and look to reset. It's going to be Thunder that smoke first.
Closes Ana to a few of these items. Yeah, not really, but you did just finish a Lincoln Sphere on X-Nova, I believe, so he's going to look to give that one over to Ana's Juggernaut. Also, a little bit of extra HP. And it's all about just being able to do literally anything in these team fights, which he hasn't had.
They're going to see Ana as well.
Mati lagi. Oh, sorry. Oh, nice. Close tahu. Alamak, tak nice. Kena bash pula. Pengu ada bash.
And to die back to the Pango and Ana and
oh, nice.
Give it over to Somnus. The puck was that X factor in that team fight.
Oh, Somnus is playing just godly so far this game. He is the one carrying RNG through a lot of these engagements. Which attempt again, Matthew just perhaps overestimating the damage that he's able to do as a Rubik onto that Juggernaut. But wow, getting a little bit lucky to his Thunder Awaken. Roshan for the next minute and a half, but it really does feel like what I was talking about before. Like, this is a very easy game for the puck. And Green Core with a Spell Prison.
GG, dah ada buyback. And terus.
And they see Andrew as well.
Kalah macam tu.
Oh, not again. It's already happened once today with EG against Team Spirit, but that was with a lone druid. This is with a team that does not push that well. Chalice doesn't even have the... he just got the Aghanim shard actually delivered on the courier. So he's going to have that minus armor for the towers as well. Buyback for Picard. Oh, Willie forcing them back though. Look, it's just space creation right now from Somnus.
Things are starting to fall. Chalice is getting the damage stacking up. And Somnus is just on space creation duty. He's down the Rubik. He pulls it down. Fear's exposed.
Dia carry semua si Somnus ni. Dia kena carry tu Ana. Comeback tu. 19 kill, 20 kill kalah. 28 carry menang. Gila.
I agree, Dota 2.
Ana kena gendong. Dia pun mati kat 02 awal. Rubik datang geng. Okay, mid Jack. Ada boleh mid je kena. Ini rank divine ni, kalau rank acon tak apa. Semua pandai main ni. Facebook dia tak beli talisman pun. Sekarang tak beli talisman. Terus Wishblade. Baik. Betul tak ada game je kena nama dia. ID lama aku. Orang ni tak main lah. Aku jual tapi dia tak main pun. Kenapa dia tak main ID lama aku ni? Dia beli tapi dia tak main. Banyak kot set. Set ada draw karena lagi. Paracetamol. Oh, lambat mana game ni.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining.
Aku dapat apa ni? Oh, aku dapat mid.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Mesti ambil pas. Hai. Lah. Aduh, hai. Baru jumpa game dah cancel. Dapat support pula.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining.
Alamak, ada pas. Oh, dah kena ban. Wait je lah. We're gonna wait. "22 years old." Sebaya lah budak ni. Tengok sikit item Rubik tadi. Sama je.
Rubik. If it pleases me, friends, I think we can agree that this
Prepare
one
for
is
battle.
in the bag.
Ini kalau dapat black hole ni sedap eh.
Interesting.
Thank you for the like. Farizuddin Nur Aiman Bahrain.
What's over there? Excellent idea. Yes. Now the survivors, because this one is in the bag.
Oh, budak ni party.
I understand.
30 seconds to battle.
Curious. I see. Interesting.
The battle begins.
What a test it should be. Check. Very good.
River is empty.
我的吧，
First blood.
我差100个就
What
把你
is
赢了呀！
this? I came here to be tested. With pleasure. Absolutely. Yes. Indeed. Absolutely. What's over there? With pleasure. I agree. Such what's over there? Much better. Is it pleased? Interesting. Solid. Absolutely.
Kenapa tak kumpul lagi?
Bring it on.
Oh.
Excellent idea. Now this. I see.
Your middle tower is under attack.
You see how easy it is for me to stop you?
Mati sudah.
Now, what have I learned from that? Yes. Absolutely.
Pagi-pagi.
Curious.
Top global player.
What's over there? Prepare to be tested.
Hai.
Still a Vegas. Yet now. Punish me. No will be forgotten tomorrow. I understand. Indeed. Under attack.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Face the Vegas.
Udah ni ajak fight.
With pleasure. Cost asunder. With pleasure. Heading over. Yes.
Dia tak ambil second skill. Kalau dia ambil second skill boleh double kill. Thank you Ahmad Zikri for like. Asal dia tak ambil second skill?
To the field. Excellent idea. Interesting. What's over there? I agree. Yes. With pleasure. That should help. I see. Such fascinating energy.
Your middle tower is under attack.
What's over there?
Satu berkekut.
Your middle tower is under attack.
I saw my soul. Mind the drop. If it pleases me. Dominating. Absolutely.
Your top tower is under attack.
Suffer my sorcery. Not so fast.
Datanglah Gila betul dia ni.
With pleasure. Interesting. Absolutely. I understand. Yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
With pleasure.
Oh, mati gue. Mati gue ini.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Your actions are without merit.
Tak tahu main Underlord ni.
Understand. Try me now. Interesting. With pleasure. Test your metal. Yes. Curious. What's in the air? Interesting. Indeed.
Your bottom tower
Sekarang
is under
sangat
attack.
tak ada lah.
Dire's
Aku tak tahu nak
structures
buat
are
apa ni.
fortified.
Baby. Such fascinating images.
Pandai bapak saya ni.
What's over there?
A prize.
Too bad.
Aduh, berisik.
See. Indeed. My turn now. Very good.
Wait, go.
Excellent idea.
Aduh, buat ke?
As it pleases.
Main bala-bala. Tak kena.
I see. Attack. Curious.
Mesti curi.
Indeed. Snatched. Such fascinating images. With pleasure.
Regeneration.
Interesting. Behold. With pleasure.
Dia gelak.
What's over there?
Apa nak buat kan ni?
Excellent idea. I understand.
Hampir-hampir tu, hampir-hampir. Apa yang bunuh dia? Susah.
It is not so easy to get a Vegas. Absolutely. I agree. Very good. Absolutely.
The enemy's top tower is fallen. Dire structures are fortified.
Interesting. This will be fun. Indeed. Yes. I'm ready. I agree. What's over there? It's a trick.
Asyik dah budak tu.
Excellent idea.
Budak ini ada desa. Aduh.
Over there.
15 minit desa.
Interesting.
Tak macam ni main breaker ni.
Very good.
Tak ada buat lah.
Suffer my sorcery. Apply yourself. With pleasure.
Botol.
Mutiny.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Such fascinating images. Absolutely.
Your top tower is under attack.
Under attack.
Your top tower is under attack.
Wind blows.
Alah, aku nak dapat lari laju. Dapat power shot. Aku nak lari laju.
Generation.
Tu aku pergi kedah. Silap lah. $16 lah level dia. 17 lah. Bapak
Your
tinggi.
middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I see.
Your middle tower has been denied.
Gila tinggi level dia. 17.
Fascinating energies. Interesting. Yes. As I eat dirt. Challenge.
Ya, begitu dulu. Hello, bosku. Asal dia heal aku. Tuh, tengok dia heal aku kena black hole. Terus tak ada mana. Banyak item.
Excellent idea. I agree. With pleasure. I understand. There are none.
Aduh, tak kena. GG bu, mati ku. GG bu, GG.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Behold!
Your bottom tower has fallen.
Lambat lah aku nak ambil Tom. Tom Undying dulu. Tapi aku slow. Dia laju sangat, dia tukar first kill.
Invisibility!
I will not be discouraged. Absolutely.
A pity.
Cast asunder. I see. Very good.
Oh, gila. Okay, mati aku punya.
我的吧，我才100个，这把就赢了呀。
Indeed. Mega kill. Fascinating energies.
21 lah level dia.
Attack. Absolutely. A lord's thanks. I just reward. No, this. With pleasure. Now to test it. That hurt me a bit. What's over there? I understand. If it pleases me. Interesting. Excellent idea. I agree. Attack.
Invisibility.
What's over there?
A prize.
Your top tower is under attack.
Interesting.
Your top tower has fallen.
Dia rekan fight. So fight this guy.
If it pleases me. What's over there?
我的吧，我的吧。
Sakit tau Pak campur wishblade ni. Macam tu je dia suruh kill.
With pleasure. Yes. Curious. Such fascinating energies. Absolutely. This gives me an idea. Indeed. Interesting. I understand. With pleasure. Absolutely. That's how it's done, your nation. I see.
Awai. Awai bos. Terbangun awal tadi. Tidur pun awal.
Such fascinating images.
Bapak jauh. Ada bonus. Bonus range.
That should help.
400 aku attack.
What's over there? Indeed. I see. And down.
Aku pula yang dia bising.
As it pleases. With pleasure.
Oh, hilang mah. Tak pandai mereka sar ni. Bising lah mak kau.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Oi pak.
I understand. Attack. Interesting. Suffer my sorcery.
Ada kat commute ni.
Indeed. Interesting.